is one of the secrets in order to make your website fast in different countries. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can verify your domain in Cloudflare. Now there's some host that has been built in Cloudflare, but if you really want to have full control of Cloudflare features, then I highly suggest that you verify your domain into the Cloudflare portal instead of in the hosting provider that you have. So anyway, if that sounds a little bit confusing, I'm going to show you how that works and what's the basic of the Cloudflare. I'll also try to create part 2 series of this video if you are interested. So yeah, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how. Without further ado, 1, 2, 3. So let's start first on logging in or signing up to Cloudflare. So let me open my incognito mode. So make sure that you have a Cloudflare account. Simply go to cloudflare.com and click the sign up. Okay, so once you're ready, sign up and created an account, you will be redirected to this dashboard. Now, if you are new to Cloudflare, this area will be empty. So you need to add your website. Okay, as an example, I'm going to use this sample thing here and I will add the website. So make sure, actually, that is the search box. So if you have a lot of domains already, you can use the search bar in here. I'm going to click the create a website, put my website in here. Do not put any HTTP or www, just your website name and click the add site. Okay, now I highly suggest guys to use the Cloudflare dashboard because some of the hosting provider has this Cloudflare protection thing. Like they already have a built-in Cloudflare part on your hosting provider. I believe SiteGround has also have this and Hostinger also have this. But the problem I am noticing is I don't have full control of the settings in Cloudflare. So I prefer to install it manually in Cloudflare dashboard. Okay, yeah, so here you have an options whether you want to use the paid version, but for now we will just use the free one. Free one is already good, and they also have some very cheap services for caching. I think it's only $5 per month for that, but you can always stick to the free one. So click the continue. And then here it says review DNS recording. Now I'm going to teach you the ways for you to install or verify your Cloudflare into your website. Okay. So on the second steps, you will see all of this AA records and DNS zone information in the Cloudflare. Now, this information in here are basically can be found on your hosting provider. And if you haven't set or you don't have any hosting provider yet, normally what you can see is your DNS zone manager for your domain provider. So since I already point this bookwormhead.com to my hosting provider, which is SiteGround, Cloudflare fetch all the AA records, all the zone records into the hostinger. So if I go into the hosting thing, let me compare it so you can see that they are much to each other. So if I go into the BookwormHead and I type in zone DNS zone manager, yeah, this one, DNS zone editor. Yeah, so if you notice in here, like what is in here is also in here. They are the same. So it's just, yeah, so they are the same. Let's say, for example, text, txt, VP. I use Titan for the email client thing. And if you can see here, like it's also a Titan email provider. So all of the information from the hosting provider, I mean, Cloudflare reads all the information in this DNS zone manager. So, okay, so I'm gonna click this one, continue. All right, so we are already on the last step for verifying our domain in Cloudflare. So it says here that you need to remove this name server and change it to the Cloudflare's name server. Now I was totally confused on this before, like how can I connect my domain and my hosting provider if I'm gonna change the name server? Now, this is where the second step makes sense at all. Like, even though you change the name server to Cloudflare still use the existing DNS zone record from the hosting provider. So even though we are pointing the name server to Cloudflare, the details in here, like for the A records, for the C name, is still pointing to the hostinger. That's why both like these three things, the Cloudflare, the hostinger, and your domain still connect to each other even though we point the name server to Cloudflare. That is the whole like explanation on that because I was totally confused. That's why I am explaining that with you guys. Now there is also an options for you to edit just the CNAME if you don't want to change the name server, but that requires a paid version in Cloudflare. But since we are just using a free version, we don't have an option to do that. And this is the documentation, by the way. Let me just open this up to you. So here, you need to go in that part. Let me just go back here. So you need to go here, this one. So you select your domain, and then there should be an option under advanced action to edit your CNAME in case you are using a paid version of Cloudflare. So like this one, convert to CNAME DNS setup. So this is only available for business or higher plans. So yeah, so let's just use the name server. Anyway, so let's go back with this third step. So I'm gonna point this. I'm gonna go into my GoDaddy here, okay, and then sign in, and yeah, I'm gonna sign in here, okay, and go to the my accounts and go to manage my products and go to the domain section. This one rather. I'm sorry. I mean that works. Both are fine. So that one, and then go at the bottom part, look for the manage DNS, and then we will change that name server to the. Now others specifically prefer to use the CNAME because in case they don't want to use a Cloudflare, they can just remove it on the DNS name server, and it will not require any propagation if that's the case. But again, that requires a paid version, so I wouldn't do that. So click not sure. Oh yes, continue. So here, apply recommendation. So if we go back to the Cloudflare, it's still in pending mode because let's just wait. So if you click that, if it's still in pending mode, try to click check name server. So hopefully that will work. Oh, I need to remove the other name server there. Okay. Okay, so it's already pointing to Cloudflare. Let me go back to the Cloudflare there. So it's still in pending mode, but normally Cloudflare will email you once your account is verified. You just need to put your name server and you're good. Okay. And yeah, I just need to wait a couple of minutes to propagate my name server. Yeah, that's basically it. And then in case you want to disable your Cloudflare account, you just need to click this remove site from Cloudflare. But again, the disadvantage of using the name server, which is only available for the free plan, is your site will be down or will be shut down if you remove the site from Cloudflare. So you need to re-edit again your name server and point it again to your hosting provider. So that's the like additional work if you use the name server over the CNAME. But for me, that's fine because I don't want to. paid for a business plan, it's a bit expensive. But if you're running a really big website, especially an e-commerce site, then it makes sense to invest to Cloudflare business plan. Hope it helped. If you want me to come up with a tutorial, actually, I have a tutorial on this for the Cloudflare setup. So I'm gonna try to put the link description below if you want to have quick understanding or how these things work. So again, that's why I don't want to use this part here. Like in the hosting provider, there is an options for you to set up the Cloudflare automatically here in the hosting provider. But when you do that, the settings about caching and all stuff is very limited compared to using the Cloudflare dashboard. In Cloudflare dashboard, you can literally see here the access, the speed caching, all of these features, you can access it versus on the built-in one. That's why I prefer to use this thing, the manual way. So again, I hope it helps. If you have any question or concern, don't forget to comment down below. Thank you.